Putting satellites into space is an expensive business. Launched from the ground and then put into orbit, they provide vital information which is relayed back to Earth. Now, British companies Virgin Galactic and SSTL have linked up to develop a low-cost way of putting satellites into orbit, using the Virgin White Knight plane for space travel.
We built the carrier aircraft around the principles of open architecture. And so we're able to take other space access vehicles up to altitude with the carrier aircraft and launch them. And the obvious second application in many ways is for an unmanned launcher that would put small satellites into space.
The two companies are something of an ideal partnership. SSTL have expertise in putting together low-cost satellites using ordinary components packed in space-proof housing. Virgin Galactic developed the White Knight aircraft to carry fee-paying passengers to go into space.
The UK does have a great space history. It was actually working on a small satellite launcher back in the 1960s and 70s, which was abandoned by the UK government. And we think that there might be an opportunity now to restart that and to give the UK a real sort of world leadership position in the launch of small satellites. Small satellites are getting smaller, they're getting lighter, and they really need a better, more environmentally friendly launch system. And we think we have the potential to develop one here using the carrier aircraft that we already have. And a new unmanned vehicle which we would like to see developed here in the UK if possible.
The plan is to use this and launch the rocket and the satellite attached to White Knight from around 40,000 feet in the air. Once in orbit, these lightweight satellites could have a number of different uses.
They're responsible for communications, for navigation, they're responsible for Earth observation, so they help in the provision of food for agricultural use, logistics, helping us understand what's happening to the planet, weather forecasting and so forth. So all the same uses in many ways that the satellites are already being put to today. The great advantage with this new potential system is that it would be able to launch those satellites more frequently, it would be able to launch them more safely, much more flexibly, so in the time and the place that the customer required, and more reliably as well.
A crucial feature is finance for the project, and they're now looking to go into partnership with the government and private companies to develop the small satellite delivery system.
We're open to suggestions at the moment, so we're keen to make both the government and potentially other commercial concerns aware of this new capability, and are very interested to talk to third parties about potential funding and development partnership of an unmanned vehicle.
With half the system in place and the ability to take up large loads on the White Knight aircraft, the signs for this project are good. This, coupled with SSTL's expertise in satellite technology, the UK could be at the forefront of developing a way of putting cheap satellites into space within the next few years.